whatever is holding a human being back, as in developing and becoming more, is all about maturing. And that becomes difficult if they are in a lockdown. If there's a lock on the heart, metaphorically speaking, they will not mature and develop until that lock is open. So what is that? Well, it's suppressed emotions. Suppressed emotions causes tension, and tension causes dis-ease and discomfort. And this tension and dis-ease is what causes inflammation and becomes whatever definition of your problem in your physical body, if it's whatever it is. It's a disease, it's a discomfort, it's a tension, it's a suppressed emotion. So the best cure for this is to let it out. It is to treat yourself with the best treatment there is, which is actually honesty, love, and forgiveness. As you let this emotion come out and also forgive what is attached to this emotion, which releases the tension, and you are out of detention. Then you are free. But it comes from, in the core of where this stems from, it comes from mistreatment, as you have been mistreated. And if you don't do anything about this, as to express your emotions, then you will be in need of treatment medically. But that is not what you are actually in need of. Everything in the human experience, and I mean everything, except if somebody, I don't know, a superficial thing, you step on a pointy rock or something. But everything that is generated within your body stems from the heart. And that's something that the medical field has a hard time acknowledging, which is actually love, which is soul. So if they acknowledge soul and love as the core being pure love, then they understand that if the core is on lock, if the core has some form of deviation, it will cause something, it will ripple. So what is the problem? Well, it's a neglect. It's a neglected heart. It's a neglected self-love. And it is an impression that is in conflict with what you are carrying emotionally from mistreatment, and also the fundamental understanding of yourself as being a kind, loving, beautiful, compassionate being, as you were when you were a kid. So why would anybody treat somebody like that bad, or treat them wrong, or treat them destructively? So for instance, if you have been mistreated heavily when you were 14, perhaps, over an extended period of time, which is more or less bullying, if it's from your parents, caretakers, other people, it will create a strong subconscious negative impression. And the feelings that are on lock regarding this is a lot of anger. It's a lot of anger to being, I am so angry that they mistreated me. I am a loving human being. I'm a compassionate, kind human being. I just want to do beautiful things in the world and I want to be friends with everybody. Why was I treated like the opposite? And those emotions are what prevents a human being from being mature, as they are not developed in that stage. So the physical body can mature and become older, and then we say like, look at that guy, he's 37, or that woman, she's 41, and they are so immature, they behave so immature. Well, it's not because they are immature. They have a lock on their heart. They have some form of trauma in a specific age. We are multidimensional. The inner child, the energy, the soul, and the subconscious is all a package that is here now. Time is just an illusion. So what is necessary is to express that emotion as it is. So how do you do that? Well, you do that without an act or in control. Like, yes, I am very sad as I was subjected to some mistreatment when I was 14. So I wish to let that go because it is holding me back and I'm not expanding and developing as I should. It doesn't work. What works is to let the emotion come out. Let it come out authentically, like the 14-year-old would have said it. If that means crying your heart out in anger and just full of anger, expressing that as to, I am so angry over how I was treated, and it also made me treat myself bad afterwards. So I'm actually also angry at myself. And all of that anger and all of those emotions, all of those suppressed emotions, sadness, anger, sorrow, they need to be released and also to be forgiven in terms of associations, clinging, because otherwise the mind will hold on. And that actually means that the emotion is truly not forgiven. It is not forgiven. If you forgive it, then you release it. So if you go through, if you let that emotion come out and you forgive it, then it's released. If it's coming back, you didn't forgive it. So that's not a problem. It's just that maybe it was a deeper trauma and maybe you needed to go through this multiple times. Maybe you didn't go through with it all the way. And if you think about a series of trauma that has happened over, say, the course of 15 years, maybe 20, if you process that in one go, it's very likely that your heart might not be able to take that. That's why we need to express ourselves and continuously ventilate as to let it out as we go, as we feel that we are ready to handle more. As everything is about understanding. So maybe there is something that needs to be understood between those points, like expressing, letting it out, feeling like, I've released this now, and then it comes back. Or maybe there was something misunderstood between there that needed to be understood and processed, and then we release again and we forgive again. But everything held in the heart, in anger, in sorrow, that is not forgiven, will only be poison within yourself. It will only create tension, and from tension there is not a great deal of blood flow, and there's coagulation, and there is inflammation, and there is disease, and there is sickness, and that can lead to death. So that's why people who come to God, who come to humility, who give it up, who become humble before God, become healthy and free like that sometimes. Because they're done. And what are they done with? They're done with the internal conflict. They're done in fighting over how they've been treated in relation to who did what to me, and all the justification and condemnation and all of that. Because that's what's killing you. So freedom, forgiveness, and releasing emotions is what creates development, unfolding, and actually becoming more mature. And we can do that as individuals, and we can do that as a society. I love you. Thank you. Bye.